Hello, 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 my beloved souls. Blessed be, blessed day. Welcome back. I'm Autumn, the Enlightened Daughter. If you haven't met me, if you have, welcome back. I love you, all the things. So, it is a 6-6 portal today. And what does that mean for you? Why should you care? 6 represents justice, harmony, balance, intimacy, soulmates, twin flames, partnership, um, empathy, healing, right? Those are major energies. And you guys know that Gaia talks to me through weather, right? The Most High gives me messages through weather, through animals, through insects, through numbers, right? Signs, synchronicities. And it's not just me. It's really if you're just like paying attention in life. Um, but I happen to pay attention a lot. So if you've already watched the Twin Flame reading, you would have heard the story already. But today I was taking my daughter to school. And as we're walking to school, beautiful crystal clear sky actually like over her school and in that little bit of an area. But so much of the sky next to us was black, like pitch black. And I'm looking at the sky and I'm like, huh, like what's going on? Because I haven't been following like the astrology or numerology, anything like that. Just been really tapped into my own energies and seeing just what's happening within the collective, not really looking like beyond that, even though we're all connected, right? So that's my bad. Um, the sky is pitch black, right? So I'm looking at blue skies over here. I'm looking at the darkness coming in heavy over here, and I was like, that's pretty interesting, right? It was like big, heavy energy. And then all this lightning. Boom, 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 boom. Huge amounts of lightning. And no thunder. Just beautiful, gorgeous examples of God's beauty crackling through the sky, just zooming down, right? Lightning represents power, right? Setting our intention, how quick and fast things can change, can move. So I'm like, all right, cool. I have an umbrella, but I just like, it wasn't raining. It's not a big deal. Drop my daughter off. I'm walking home, kind of like in the zone in my own mind. And then the rain starts like a little. I feel like a couple of droplets. Not enough for me to use the umbrella. And you guys know that I love the rain, right? It's one of my favorite weathers. So I'm like, not scared to get wet. But as I'm walking, right, and I have to go around the corner around this building, I see sheets of rain blowing in front of me, right? And they're only being blocked from me because I'm next to a building, a bank. And so I'm looking at just destruction, right? And I'm like, holy shit, I have to walk. I literally have to walk into that in order to get through it, in order to get home. There was no way around it, right? And so I'm like, cool. Put up the umbrella. I go to turn into this thing. I don't even know why I tried to use the umbrella. It was not happening. The list of things that was happening today, the use of the umbrella was not one of them, right? It was not on the list. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to put the umbrella down, right, to completely stop from like destroying it. And now I'm just like walking through this monsoon. And I mean, it got so heavy, it got so bad that there was a van outside, and I stopped to like catch my breath near this van because there was just so much happening. Like I couldn't see, I couldn't breathe, and I'm laughing my behind off because I'm like, I must look crazy, like I'm drenched, right, soaking wet and laughing. It felt like someone took like a bucket of water and just was like pouring it down my pants and pouring it on my head, and there was like a huge fan in front of me just like blowing it all in my way. It was comical to say the very least, right? So my shoes are freaking drenched right now. I gotta go get my daughter and see if they dried out any. My shoes are freaking drenched. My body is drenched. I had on a white t-shirt, right? So they had a whole show. Everybody driving today had a whole show. And I'm laughing, laughing. Like I got to the door, my son's like I didn't even want to walk into the house because there was just so much water everywhere. Everything was drenched. So cleansing happening, healing happening, big shifts, big awarenesses, big awakenings, big movements going on, right? And it showed me, or they showed me very clearly, because I was like, all right, Gaia, like, what are you telling me with this rain? And there's major shifts going on, right, within the collective. Like, there's about to be a major upheaval, a major shift going on in everyone's life. Now, how you're receiving that and how you're kind of like showing up in your own area of the world is going to be different for everyone, right? We're all on different soul paths, but these changings are bringing long overdue healing, long overdue transmutations, long overdue alchemy. Um, they're going to be ending things and releasing things and washing things away that are no longer serving you, right? I mean, there were trees on the ground, flooding everywhere. Like there was like no safe passage. And so for many of you, there's storms going on in your life that you have to walk through at this time. There's no avoiding it. There's no hiding. It's no matter where you stand, no matter where you try to go, you're going to get wet, right? The storms of the world are going to wet you. And no matter where you are in your path, I saw 11111, we all grow through it, right? Like, yes, I do the inner work every day. Yes, I show up for the collective. Yes, I'm going hard and doing my healing and my alchemy and doing all stuff for the lineage, but I am not the exception to the rule, right? God reigns on the just and the unjust alike. We talked about this last week, I think it was, right? And so there are going to be times in your life, even if you're one of those people, my beautiful light workers, that's doing the work, where you have to still go through this storm, right? The storm is going to affect everyone. There's stuff that's going on within your individual world as a soul that's directly due to your mission, right? Your purpose, your goals, whatever that is. And then there's stuff that's going on the planet that we're all having to deal with, right? And so maybe no, this is not specifically your karma, or maybe no, that's not specifically having to do anything with your lineage, but it does because your lineage is that of God, right? Your lineage is that of the divine being. And so those are all of our brothers and sisters out there, the Ukrainians and the Russians, right? Like we're all connected, right? And so the things that are going on in the world, like well, in this country, with like heading into a recession and like all the stuff going on with the banks, like it's affecting the big picture, right? So we're all dealing with it in our own little ways, but these big huge world events are happening right now, right, that are affecting us. And so things are going to really be shaken up. But because six does represent justice, right? And this is the 6-6 portal that we in, the things that are being shaken up are to set things into balance. So there's going to be more stability coming in for you on the other side of this, right? Cleansing, healing. I said that. More balance coming in. And that's a balance of like your inner and outer worlds, a balance of your masculine and your feminine energies, a balance between, you know, um, how you're dealing. That is a huge spider. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I just looked up and I just saw this huge spider. So again, changes happening, right? Spiders are indicative of change. They're also um, they represent abundance, which we're in this huge energy of abundance and prosperity right now. We just had that full moon in Sagittarius, right? So we have this energy of abundance, 8, the number of infinity and abundance. And spiders are also indicative of us having to create our lives, right? We web and design our lives. And just like that, they're all connected, right? I love the fact that the spider, thank you for showing up for me here during this reading, has come forward with that message for us, right? We're all connected. Think about how big a spider's web can be sometimes, right? I mean, I've seen them like cover like sides of like buildings. It can be so freaking gross. But you slightly touch even one little part of that thread and it activates the rest of it. And that's where we're at right now, right? Like just one of you cutting on your light, just one of you having a little bit of awareness, just one of you asking questions is changing the game, not just for you, but for everybody around you, right? Your tribe, your lineage, your maternal lineage, your paternal lineage, your cultural lineage, right? Because it's like you're also born into these communities, you're also born into certain cultures, right? All of these things are being changed right now. And so that beautiful spider up there is a big indicator of some of the changes that are going on in our life. But these changes are here to bring healing, to bring things into balance, to make things fair again, right? So just expect a little bit more stability, a little bit more, again, balance. And I mean, balance in like your relationships, whether that's romantic, platonic, work, whatever, however it looks, right? We're all affected by the whole. Sorry, I keep playing my hair. It just looks big. So in the midst of all this rain today, I was took a bath, right? I came in and I looked like a freaking like wet mop or Ariel. I mean, I could have had like my whole like Little Mermaid vibes, right? Because I was like bright red hair, soaking wet, like I just got out the water and I'm flipping around on land trying to figure out where Prince Eric is. Mess. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull some cards for you. Big twin flame energy going through today. Obviously, today's Twin Flame Tuesdays. So if you haven't checked out that video, go check that out. Because there's a lot going on with you twin flames as well. But anyway, this message is for the collective. So thank you, angels. Thank you, guides, for being here with me in the collective at this time. I ask for the messages that's going to serve everyone's highest and greatest good. What do we need to know? What do we need to see in regards to the 6-6 portal? What do we need to know and what do we need to see in regards to the 6-6 portal? Please reveal to us what it is that we need to know. If you guys want a reading or just want to see how these energies are doing for you personally, you can always hit me up, theenlighteneddaughter.com. You already know what it is. I am just going to pull from all 3 decks, and then we're going to go over the cards. So I got the Gateway Oracle going on, Earth Magic, and Angels and Ancestors Oracle as well. Sorry if you couldn't hear me. It's not smart to not face the camera while I'm talking. Okay. And Angels and Ancestors. A lot there, evidently. Okay. Let me calm myself. You know I get so excited. I see the cards and I get hyped. Let me not get too hyped before I start giving the messages. Yo! Okay. There's just so much here. Okay, so let's talk about the 6-6 portal because it's gonna be dope. It's dope. It's already dope. I'm so excited. So, following your bliss. First things first, right? The magic, the music, the joys in your life. How can you raise your vibration? How can you be the best version of yourself? How can you show up every day in grace, right? In joy, keeping yourself up. What brings you joy? Listening to music, going for walks, getting outside, playing with your animals, right? You got horseback riding. I'm seeing they were showing me like people running next to their dogs outside. Maybe if you're on a farm, all these animal images are coming up. Um, but my soul sings with joy, right? Like literally, what do they say? Joy comes from the Lord and no one can take it from you, right? Joy is an inner thing. It's that inner work. So what can you do to bring more joy into your life? How can you bring more joy into your inner world so that your external world can start to reflect that back? Right? That's coming in for you, right? As well as this balance. Look at the freaking moon and the sun there, right? Balancing light and day, balancing the masculine and feminine, right? Balancing the earth and the planets, right? Like all of this stuff is coming in for you through that energy of joy, through your heart. So this is the time where you freaking like take a step back, take a breath, make sure that you're living your truth, you're asking your questions, you're making your decisions from a heart-based space, and then move forward. Okay? Music is going to be super important. 1313 on the clock, I just saw. Music is going to be super important for some of you, right? Like that's going to be transformative. It might even be, especially because we're in this energy of like healing and partnership, that, maybe you collaborate with someone and this is the game changer as far as like your music goes, right? Whether that's like you're a producer, a singer, director, I don't know, people that do beats, producers, right? I don't know, musician, whatever it is that you do in the music world, you guys know what your titles are. It's not important. What's important is that you're going to be working with people like your soul tribe that are going to get you. You see how she's like here and singing, and she's like really connecting with the unicorn, which is another indication of healing, right? Because the horns of a unicorn are healing. So it's going to be that connection that comes through. Your music is going to bring a lot of healing and a lot of peace to people. Wow, that's so dope. I'm super excited for you. And whoever it is, if that's your music, like put a link or tag it down below so that the rest of us can support you. All right. Believing in magic. True magic is abounding in my life. Hell yeah, it is, right? All month, I told you guys in May, right? Like May was the month of magic and manifestations and all this beautiful stuff. And the only people that receive magic, as Raoul Dahl says, are those that believe in it, right? Like you're not gonna get all this yumminess in your life if you don't even believe that it exists for you. But the day you open your eyes, you have that childlike wonder again, you start to believe again, your world becomes magical and miraculous and blessed, right? And people just kind of like start showing up and blessing you and like and loving on you in this delicious way because that is the energy that's inside you, right? So it's time to open yourselves up to the magic, to your imagination again. I feel a lot of creative energy is going to be flowing through with this portal, right? Whether that's your within your like business, and creativity has a different feel for everyone, right? It doesn't mean you're just creative if you're like a dancer or you're an artist. No, it's like, how can I maybe attract more customers or drive in more sales or rebrand my business or revamp what I'm doing with this product? Like all of these things, there's just a lot of energy of creativity, like joyful creativity flowing through at this time. So beautiful. Again, because I see the dolphin. So again, with the energy of music, your voice, opening your throat chakra, um, communication, huge during this time, right? Again, partnerships, you have to have crystal clear communication, right? In order to get things into balance, stabilize. We both need to be on the same page, right? We need to have these big talks. Amazing. Embarking on an adventure. I savor the wonders of the world. So again, we're all connected, right? And maybe there's a certain area of the world that's been calling out to you. I've been getting this energy a lot recently for the collective. Like some of you need to travel more, or some of you need to just kind of like make the choice to move. There's just this big energy of shifts around. And so for some of you, you're going to physically be moving, like relocating because your light is needed in that area. Like you need to do some grid work in that area. And for others of you, you're being called to certain other areas because of the connection that you have there with your soul family, your soul tribe, or from past lives. Okay? Beautiful. So, if you're being called to some of the like stronger spiritual sites, so there's just this, like, it's like me with like New Orleans, right? Like I've never been to New Orleans. I don't know why I care about New Orleans, but I have such a strong draw to that place that I'm like, I must have lived there in another life. Something must have happened, or because I just like I can't let that area go, and it calls to me often. So like that's one of the areas that I definitely am going to be, going to. All right, making a difference. My inner light shines far and wide. I love this because it's so important that you realize that the stuff that you do on a daily basis, even if it feels very thankless, and if you're a single parent, you know how this is. If you're a parent, you know how this is. Like it's like a thankless job. Like you do everything every day, you show up, you have integrity, you try to do the right things, but it's not like somebody's like, hey, patting you in the back, like, way to go, mom, way to go, dad, like way not to give up. Like it's just like expected that you're gonna show up. And I feel that energy with light workers sometimes too. It's like it's exhausting sometimes to always take the high road. It's exhausting sometimes to always have to like do the right thing and to be the better person and to shine the light. And sometimes I was feeling it yesterday. Like yeah, I literally was feeling yesterday. I was like, sometimes I wish I could just like I don't actually wish this, but it's like sometimes it's almost like, oh, what if I like cut the light off real quick and act like I don't remember what's going on, so I can punch them in their mouth and I can cut, cut my heaven back on. It's like it doesn't work like that. Like once you know better, you know better. Can't go around punching people in the face and then praying over their bodies anymore. Autumn, it's not nice. I make you feel better, but it's not nice now. Bottom of the deck, sharing of yourself. I am an incredibly generous being. So there's also this energy of, and that might have to do with Leo being in Jupiter, of generosity. Sorry, I had mosquito bites. That's why I keep of this energy of like generosity going on, right? And sharing of yourself, sharing of your energy, sharing of your space, sharing of your resources. There's just a lot of that going around. So don't be surprised if people are being like extra generous with you, or if you're feeling like that, like I want to take my friend out for a drink or go dancing, or I bought something and then I bought two because I knew that they would like it, like there's that energy of going around, more people even doing like charitable events. Oh, maybe some of you will be performing at charities, and that's how your music is gonna like help to heal and to be transformative and help the community. That's so dope for you. I love that for you. All right, time is it. Gotta go soon and get my baby. We got waterfall coming in with effortless, right? And so we just need to allow things to flow. Flow, go with the ebbs and flows of life, right? Stop trying to swim upstream. Stop trying to be controlling. Stop trying to outthink God, right? This is the energy, and I said this before, of taking a step back and just allowing yourself to be led. This is going to be a huge time right now to really hone in on your intuition. Like if you're not strong in that and connecting with your inner voice, this is the time right now to take that step back from the collective, from the shit that's distracting you and preventing you from being your best life, whether it's a video game, a person, a behavior, whatever it is. Take a step back, go within and trust your intuition. And you need to start trusting those answers, right? Again, I don't give a fuck what's going on in your life. You can't outthink God. So sometimes when you give it to God, leave it there and stop trying to go pick it back up and seeing if you could do it faster or better. Because you're just getting in the way and you're causing more havoc. Okay? Milky Way, perspective. It's a matter of perspective, people. Again, we're all connected. And when you're looking at the big picture of things, when you're taking a step back, you can see the big picture, right? We zoom out, we realize how small we are in this freaking huge universe. And that's the planet with all 8 billion of us. Minuscule, right? Put things in perspective. Is this really as a big deal as you're making it? Or does it just feel this way in the moment because you're caught up in the storm, right? You guys have to remember when storms are going to come. I walked right into the storm today. But you can either be in the eye of the storm and keep it solid, keep it cool, keep it joyful, keep it centered and grounded, or you can get caught up in the winds and go flying down the street like some of the trees that I saw, right? It's a matter of perspective. Take a step back during this time, okay? And open yourself up to the messages that are coming in for the divine. Look at this. Bringing new beginnings in for you and bringing in freaking blessings. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Right? New beginnings and blessings. We're ending a cycle to begin a new one. That's why all this stuff is being shaken up. There's this energy of like release and death and transformation and alchemy happening big time. And again, it's a huge collective energy. It's going to show up differently in everyone's life experience is a little bit different because we're all focused on different things, right? Some people are healing their money relationships. Some people are healing their intimate relationships. Some people are healing their relationships with their body, right? Or their community or their gender, right? There's all different things showing up. So it's going to show up for all of us differently. But at the end of the day, the things that are being removed from your life are being taken away for the new things to be placed there. It's like my freaking living room metaphor, right? You buy a new living room set. What do you need to do? You need to get rid of the old one first, right? What do you need? You need 2 couches and 2 love seats and 4 armchairs? No, you do not, right? 2 coffee tables? No. I mean, maybe you do. Maybe your house is that big and good for you. That's dope. But for the most of us, no, right? So as you're bringing in the new, it's time to get rid of the old. It's like my kids, they ask me for stuff, and I'm like, cool, they ask for a new toy, cool, what are you donating? They know if they want something new, what are you getting rid of first? Not gonna just be sitting in here and living in like a Toys R Us when you're not using any of your shit and it's just collecting dust and messing up the energy in my home. No, we're not doing that. Those are the things we will not do. All right, bottom of the deck there was volcano volatility. So it feels like that. It does feel like that. It does feel like this shift is like, what the hell? It's almost like a roller coaster ride. You're like, boom, boom, boom. Like it's just on an airplane, right? Turbulence. You're just like, am I dying right now? Like, what's happening? It does feel like that. There's a lot happening. But I was telling my girlfriend yesterday, you know, it's turbulence. It's not a plane crash, right? The plane's not going down. You don't need to, secure your mask before you secure another's. No, it's just hold on. It's a little bumpy and we're getting through it. And you guys just all need to know that, like, we're getting through it. It's a storm today, but the rains don't last forever. How do we know? Because then we'd have no things. We wouldn't have rainbows, right? They come after the rains end. So this rainbow, these blessings are coming after this storm in your life. You know what I'm saying? The storm is now ending for you to move into this new beginning, for you to come into this blessing, for you to receive it. But it's going to be a matter of perspective of how you visualize it. Are you seeing this for what it is as a blessing, or are you seeing it as chaos and turmoil and trauma? Right? That's up to you to decide. Matter of perspective. All right. So we have traveler moving a new direction. I just said that with the, what was it? The embarking on an adventure. Some of you are physically going to be traveling and like traveling the globe and like gritting light everywhere. There's messages there for you. This place keeps calling out to you, just like there's a reason for it. Some of you just need to move in a new direction mentally and let go of the old paradigms and old stories that you were telling yourself, right? And some of you are going to physically be like moving house. You know what I mean? Awesome. So you just got your home. Congratulations. Direction Guardian, choose your path. So this is the energy that I get when it's like shit or get off the pot, right? Like the universe always has your back. The universe is benevolent like that. It's like you want your life to be a shit show? Fantastic. We're going to make it the shittiest show ever. You want your life to be amazing? Fantastic. We're going to make it the most amazing life ever. But you have to choose. You don't get to sit on the sidelines and be like, God, what should I do? No, 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 no. God is like, what do you want to do? And I got you. Now, if it's for your highest and greatest good and the highest and greatest good of others, it's going to come with ease and grace and flow. And if it's not, then you will know at that moment and you'll be able to choose again. That's another dope part of stuff that I think you guys forget sometimes. You can make another choice. Like you're like option A, you get option A, you don't like it, you're like, all right, now, you know what, I'll go with C. And God's not like, oh no, you don't get that anymore. He's like, oh, okay, C now, fantastic. Let's get rid of A, let's clean up that stuff, and now you have time for C. Like every time you open your eyes and wake up in the morning, you have an option to do something differently. You don't have to keep doing the same stuff. You don't have to stay in the same place. You're not a tree. Freaking human beings. Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Look at this. What did I just say? You cannot outthink God. If you give it to God and trust in God that He's going to take care of it, then move out of His way or her way and let her handle it. I'm going through a huge life change right now, and I literally was like, I could sit here and stress myself to death, or I could give it to the Most High and just keep it banging. Because at the end of the day, I don't have the answers. Right? Like I'm very intelligent, filled with beautiful divine wisdom, but I don't have the answers for everything, and I can't, and I won't, and I'm okay with that. That's why I have a heavenly mother and father, because they have the big picture, right? Their perspective of my life is a lot different than mine. Their perspective of the storm that I'm dealing with is a lot different than mine. So I'm gonna always give it to the Most High. I'm always gonna go to my eagle energy and connect with one of my spirit guides, because what do eagles do? They fly high, up above, looking down on things, right? Perspective, my loves, and trust in the Most High. Wise one, grow within your current situation. That is why we have these storms in life, to grow through them. They're here to serve our highest and greatest good. They're not here for judgment or condemnation or to make you feel smaller, to make you feel bad about yourself. These things come up, so it's like, oh, let me grow through that. How can I be better? What do I need to learn? Or I've been through this before. What did I learn from the last time I was in it? Right? Like if you're repeating a cycle, whatever that cycle may be, if it's on repeat, then that means that there's some part of the lesson that you ain't get yet. So it's time to double back. Here we go again. We're taking a step back. Double back. Big picture. All right, what did I miss? You dating the same guy? You dating the same girl? Are you working in the same places? You keep getting the same shitty ass bosses and you keep having crazy ass neighbors? If there's a constant energy in your life outside of yourself, who's the common denominator, so you have to take ownership. But if there's another constant energy in your life, what is that there to show you? What are you supposed to learn from it so you can move forward? Big picture, guys. Okay. And then I saw this beauty in the pre-shuffle, lady. All right, this is the Empress energy. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. This is again about abundance and prosperity coming in during this time, during the sixth energy. This is a big time for bringing in abundance and prosperity. The 6-6 portal combined with that full moon in Sagittarius is going to hit our pockets. And so depending on where you're at energetically, that's going to be great or awful. But there's a lot of abundance coming in, and a lot of this is the seeds that you've planted before. So there's going to be like manifestations happening right now that you've planted a minute ago and may have even forgotten about, may have even given up hope about because it took so damn long. And now all of a sudden you're going to be like, what? It's lit, right? And then we have Peacekeeper. Let go of the need to be right. One, Stop being arrogant because we don't all know everything. And two, this is also the energy of the white buffalo calf woman, which is another card of abundance and prosperity. So again, God is trying to bless you. Bless your heart, bless your home, bless your pockets. But you need to get out of your own way to make these happen. Oh, bottom of the deck, medicine mother. Honor your inner knowing. What did I tell you about your intuition? This is the time right now where you guys need to hone into your intuition. For some of you, beautiful light workers, because of bigger things that we have going on and a lot of deep inner work, many of you are transitioning from one spirit team to another team. And so a lot of times when we're on that walk, when we're on that bridge, we can only trust in our intuition because it's like a shift change. There's nobody on the floor in the restaurant, right? There's a shift change. There's nobody at the cashier. Everybody's got to wait. Some people are clocking in, some people are clocking out. You just got to wait till it's your turn, right? Just putting it out there. Anyway, I love you. I bless you. I believe in you. You're amazing. Don't forget ever that I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. And I will see you soon. Later, my beloveds.